Warding off cholera, how the superstitions ward off the plague. The Persians resort to curious rites for the purpose of averting the attacks of cholera. One of the most widely practiced of these is that of passing under the Koran. Two elders stand opposite each other, holding between them a scroll of the Koran, wrapped in a silken scarf. Under the swinging talisman, they pass one by one and then go home, convinced that the cholera will not be able to touch them. The Persians stick to these ancient ceremonials in spite of the fact that the epidemic is working sad havoc among them. While the cholera is daily carrying off hundreds upon hundreds of victims, the philosophic subject of the Shah smokes his pipe, mutters his prayers, and speaks continually on the decrees of fate. I seen this as once again another great example of why Noble Ali brought the Quran and brought the herbs and remedies, because he knew they was under a dogmatic state. 135, Brother J. Blakely Bey told the Moors that the Holy Prophet told the Moors, people are going to be dying like hogs with the cholera, and the doctors won't know what is wrong with them. The only thing that is going to save them is my remedies. So Noble Ali just didn't bring the herbs, to be industrious. He brought it because he knew that these brothers was dying by the hundreds and the thousands. Like hogs, he said. 136. Sister M. Lovett L. of Illinois said that the Holy Prophet said, my remedies will cure you of anything you wasn't born with. Now there's an elder Moor that tells a story. When he got around the Moors, he went and met them at a house, and they're sitting there getting ready to eat dinner, and he walks in the kitchen and they got a whole skillet full of pig and swine. And he's like, brother, what are you doing? We're not supposed to be eating swine. And they said, brother, don't worry about it. We got the prophet's remedies. So what I think of today is, where are those remedies at? That Moor is still breathing this day, but he's never came out and told anybody what the contents of the prophet's remedies are. And he probably don't even know, because I don't feel they cared enough to even preserve that, let alone anything else the prophet had. As I've spoken of before, Lomax Bay had a tuberculosis hospital with patients and everything. So I feel when they took the prophet out, they turned his herbs into a synthetic, and that's what really started the pharmaceutical industry, was Noble Ali's remedies. So again, Noble Ali was witnessing all this dogmatic practice within not only Islam, but all the other forms of thinking. So when he divinely prepared the Quran, I showed you where he spoke of don't hide your gray hairs because it shows honors to your ancestors. But in the reformed Islam today, they tell you dye your hair black and certain browns and reds, but you can't do it this color, you can't do this, you can't do that, you stub your toe. Noble Ali knew they had dogmatic practices. That's why he came with the Quran and everything to save the world from dogmatic forms of thinking. So I went and I tried my hardest to find the contents of what the prophet had. And sure enough, I found the Moors booklet of 1876. Showing all the herbs that the Moors used. Now, I'm not claiming that this is what the prophet had in his contents, but this is a direct recording of what the Moors used, and that's your ancestors within your bloodline, so you can use these herbs. The Moors Herbs Booklet, 1876. I've had it for maybe 2 years. Every Moor I know has it, but if you would like to obtain it, look in the description, send 7 notes, and then send your email and I will send you the PDF. It was documented that cannabis and all kinds of other different things was utilized by the Moors. So as far as the rights of indigenous people being able to use all of your herbs, them trying to say you can't use cannabis when you can show them, look, directly, my ancestors use this. This was recorded from 1876. But not only just that, but other herbs that they may say is illegal within their assumption of jurisdiction of the United States entity corporation. But I would like to say to the Moors, this week and last week, when I came out with the Unity Sphere booklet, Moors contacted me and wanted the booklet, and I sent them the booklet. But only a couple Moors out of the other Moors sent the finance. They just took the book and ran off with it. But it don't matter as long as the information gets out. But don't do me like that. Just let me know you don't have the finance or you just want the booklet and I'll send it to you. But don't do that, Moors. That's not right. I leave you in love and peace. Divine honors the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and the Moorish divine and national movement of the world, Islamism.